What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix land? This once again is Scott Porter back for day 3 of our brand new HeroClix unboxing series for Marvel's Future Foundation. That's right, Fantastic Four and the Future Foundation. Fantastic Four getting 2 sets within 6 months' time after almost a decade-long absence from the world of HeroClix. And we are getting so much FF goodness. We're getting really a great variance of characters in this particular set. And when I say variance, I mean a lot of the younger heroes who we've never seen before, a lot of unclicked figures, a lot of figures who we haven't seen in a long time in a brand new way. Leech is fantastic. Getting the Moloids, I'm still hoping for the Uhura and all of these other characters that were a part of the Future Foundation. We have Bentley 23, we're getting the Power Pack. So we're getting a wide array. We've got a bunch of scrolls in this set, so it's pretty cool so far. I hope you guys were here for days 1 and 2. If you weren't, stop this video, go back and watch them. We'll wait for you. We will be here for you. The Future Foundation set comes out hopefully February the 17th, but again, there's a little asterisk on that one because of just the way that everything is moving in the world at a little bit of a slower and more careful pace. But don't be afraid to call your local shops, your comic shops, your gaming stores, and put in your order now. I'm still hoping for a couple more super rares. The one we got yesterday was Uatu. He introduced us to mission points. We have been introduced to allies, sidekicks, and captains in this set. There are a lot of new elements, a lot of new moving parts that are going to change the game of HeroClix as we know it. And that is pretty incredible. It's a wonderful time to do it because Future Foundation was built to see the problems of the world and how we could address them going forward and introduce the youth of the world to the idea of improving the planet using our minds and using the support of your family to try and do it. It is a beautiful run. Jonathan Hickman's creation of the Future Foundation came after the loss of Johnny Storm, after he gave his own life to close off our universe from the negative zone. And it just didn't seem right to Reed to continue being the Fantastic Four without all 4 of them. Spider-Man joined the team, they started the Future Foundation, and they took a much different approach at heroing, really, honestly. Of course, a bunch of things go crazy. Nathaniel Richards shows up, his father, his future versions of Franklin and Valeria come with them. There is a huge world-threatening climactic battle with Mad Celestials and the death and rise of Galactus as Franklin's herald and all of the crazy stuff. But this set isn't really focused on that. It is focused on what happens after that and the epilogue of Jonathan Hickman's run, really, in my mind. And it has been so cool to see some of these characters now step up and start to shine. There are such wonderful small moments. I'm not going to lie, I may have teared up in Jonathan Hickman's run. You know, once Reed and Sue Storm see what their son can do, what he will become, once they learn that he will be there at the heat death of the universe with Galactus by his side, he is going to live forever. And he is going to guide so many wonderful things going forward. Then they have to turn around and see their wonderful little 6-year-old boy named Franklin. And Reed has to figure out, and Sue has to figure out how to be a parent to someone like that. Old Franklin stays around for a while and helps Franklin learn how to use his powers through his imagination closet, this little pocket universe he creates, this world he creates in his closet. But there are a couple of really beautiful sentiments. There's one where Franklin is standing up on the top of a building and Mr. Fantastic is telling him to jump, and he won't do it. And he's saying jump, and he won't do it. And he said, son, failure is accepted in this house, but something that will never be is not trying in the first place. Now, Franklin, fly. And it's the first time Franklin Richards flies as a child. It's just such a wonderful moment. And I'm a dad. I got a 5-year-old and a 3-year-old, so I see those moments, and it just really, really makes me feel emotional in a way that other comics don't because it's so based upon family. There's one more line that old Franklin Richards says to young Franklin Richards before he leaves because he knows eventually he has to go, and he has to say goodbye. And that farewell issue where Valeria goes to the bridge where the Council of Reeds used to be because she can go there and really have her own place to invent. And Franklin has to go forward and start creating. they split off from each other. They have to say goodbye. Nathaniel Richards goes back into the time stream to go be a father to all the Reeds who lost their dad. He has his own mission, and it's all based in family. But the last thing Franklin says to young Franklin is, here's the thing about adventures, Franklin. That's really all there is. And here's the thing about rules, Franklin. There aren't any. And it's just a beautiful, lovely sentiment. So we got old Franklin Richards in the first Fantastic Four set. I'm hoping we get the young Franklin Richards here. It's so bright and hopeful and full of energy. It's a book that I recommend reading to everybody in every incarnation of it. I even love the 5-issue mini that came out last year. So without further ado, let's see what we can hope for in this day of unboxing the Future Foundation set. Thank you for going along on the ride with me on this, everybody. You're the reason I'm here every single set. It's just to share this with you because we are a family as well. We are such a strong community of players. And if anybody out there is brand new, we welcome you in. We're a real accepting community, We just love playing this game. We love the stuff that it's based off of. And I just want to say thank you to y'all for being here because y'all are my family in this whole thing. And I'm just glad to share stuff with you. Okay, today, first booster, we've got Spider-Man, who we did have a version of in the Fast Forces on day 1. We've got Doom, who we also had a version of in the Fast Forces on day 1. Oh, yes, we've got Franklin in his little Power Pack uniform. That's awesome. Yes, somebody who was missing from last set that I was like, how was Dragon Man not included? Well, guess what? We got him now. And he is as big as he should be. He looks great. And we got our last member of the Power Pack. So on day 3, first booster, no repeats at all. Here comes Jack Power. That is awesome. So we are going to get some young versions of Franklin. Now this Franklin is going to be, I'm assuming, a lot different than the one we're used to reading about in Future Foundation. This is going to be more of that 80s, early 90s version going into what happens at the end of Onslaught in the Marvel Universe and the creation of Heroes Reborn and that whole movement, which was caused by, with Counter-Earth, and that was all caused by Franklin. But I think this is going to be a much younger Franklin who doesn't quite know what his powers really are at the time. So we're definitely going to get different levels of Franklin. That's what I was hoping for. Let's take a look at him first. Why not? This Franklin is set number 28. He's got Fantastic Four and Power Pack keywords. Comes in at 25 points. Does not have sidekick at all. He has a trait. I have so much fun in our sleepovers. Perplex, but only to target a friendly character with the Power Pack keyword. But again, he's only 25 points. Ooh, sleepwalking between dimensions, and I didn't mean to. He's got phasing, and he's got some probability control. Oh, man. Sleepwalking within dimensions. I just thought of something, a character we have not seen in a little while, and that is Sleepwalker. He actually shows up in Fantastic Four because in the James Robinson run, this whole pocket universe Franklin created in his closet has gotten sick, has turned bad. You find out it happened because of Psycho Man, and it ends up that they have to go in there and defeat him, and Sleepwalker had to be there. So he could be a wild card in this set. Who knows? Okay, let's look at the back of his card here. 5 clicks long, only 25 clicks. Doesn't deal any damage at all. No reality warping powers. He just has a little bit of probability control and some phasing. Still a nice low-pointed version of Franklin. Not the omnipotent future version of him. Not the current one that's struggling. Learning how to build universes and worlds and kickstart planets. It's a nice scaled back version of him. And he says, I used to love our sleepovers, and the sleepovers happened with the Power Pack. And so we got Jack Power here. Jack Power, Fantastic Four and Power Pack. 16, set number 16. He comes in at 25 points as well. You know what? Katie Power came in at 25 points. So I'm guessing all of the old school Power Pack are going to be 25 points apiece. I'm guessing Valeria is going to be there too. That'll put 150 points for us. We swapped powers again. Here goes that shared trait that we got with Katie and with Alex. If you have 2+ characters with this trait and different names on your force, choose another of those characters until your next turn. Jack Power and the chosen character can't use their displayed powers and instead can use each other's displayed powers and range values and can't be chosen for or activate this effect. He's got clouds, his cloud form and his density shift. There you go, you can see. So basically, each of the power pack are 5 clicks long. Each of the power pack have 2 different powers for the entirety of the dial, and you can mix and match them. So each of them are allowed basically 4 sets of powers. We don't know what Julie Power's power set is yet with this, but we saw Alex on day 1, we saw Katie on day 2, and now we're seeing Jack. So it's actually a pretty impressive group of characters when you think about it at only 25 points, but they are Swiss Army knives, all 4 of them, because it doesn't say that they have to be within line of sight, they have to be within range. They could be anywhere on the map and then access each other's powers. So you really can cycle through some of these things. That is very cool. And it says if you have 2+ characters with this trait and different names on your force. So as long as you have 2 or more, you can swap. Pretty cool. I'm a fan of what they've done with the power pack in this set. Okay, let's go with Spider-Man next. Remember, we got him in the Fast Forces, and that Spider-Man came in at 50 points. This Spider-Man comes in at 60 or 40 points. He is a captain, I think, to show his time with the Future Foundation. Fantastic Four and Scientist keywords. Don't forget to look both ways before crossing the street is his trait. Friendly sidekicks can use super senses. That's awesome. So Ben Grimm gives them toughness. Spider-Man gives them all super senses. He's 8 clicks long. And this goes back to the idea I had that I think they are giving the captains pretty long dials because the sidekicks have such short dials. I think it's really going to get into the large figure number team building strategies that I think they're trying to get you to. You know, 60 points for him and then 15 points, 10 points, 20 points for the sidekicks. You can fit a lot of smaller pointed characters that do very specific things onto your team. It's kind of cool. I'm liking the delivery of this. I want to see more allies, more of the sideline application of it all, but the on-field stuff with the captains and the sidekicks is pretty cool. And that's a pretty good dial. I mean, again, Spider-Man, to go back to it real quick, getting 4 clicks of hypersonic speed on the back end, that's a power that might be getting benched for a little while. So this might be your last chance to get some hypersonic speed. It's going to be available to everybody, but it gives you the chance, at least for the next 2 years, to have a power that you might not see in the next couple of sets. And now you're able to get it with some of these characters in a very cost-effective manner. I'm really enjoying the dials in this set. Can they stand up to the big, huge, bruising dials of some of the other sets? Maybe not, but maybe they make up for it in their overlapping utility and team building. So that's a core concept of HeroClix strategy anyway, tent polling versus mega builds. And if everybody is working, you know, in synchronicity with each other on your force, then maybe you give yourself a fighting chance. Okay, let's go with Dr. Doom next, who actually, again, is ally and captain. Take a peek at him here. He's got Fantastic Four, Latveria, Mystical, and Scientist. You know, we've got a lot of versions of Dr. Doom. Few of them are heroic. You know, you did have Doom when he was Iron Man for a while, and you did have Doom when he joined the Fantastic Four at the behest of Nathaniel and Valeria Richards, and this is in that group here. We've got the Council of Doom's expert on destroying Richards. He's sideline active, unique modifier, friendly captains, and sidekicks. Modify attack by +1 when attacking 1+ characters with the Fantastic Four keyword. Ooh, interesting. Okay. The Strong Survive is another trait. Once per turn, when an opposing character is healed, after resolutions, you may heal 1 click of Dr. Doom or a sidekick. That is awesome. So whenever your opposition on the map heals, you get to heal either yourself or a sidekick. Enhanced shielding, defend, energy shield deflection, and invulnerability. Of course, only when he's on the map. He has the Minions of Doom. Team ability, he comes in at 75 or 30 points. 7 click long dial, and remember, he can be sidelined as well to help your allies to help your captains and your sidekicks. So think about that with the allies. They seem to affect your both your captains and sidekicks on the field, and that's free. So now we're really getting intense with this ally sidekick thing. I do love that it said Council of Doom's expert on destroying Richards. Matt Thinker had a different Council of Doom's expert on such and such. The High Evolutionary, Diablo, and Wizard are still missing. I hope we see them in this set when they were all brought together by Doom and the Fantastic Four to try and figure out a way to take down the alternate reality Reed Richards. I think there were 3 of them that infiltrated our universe and was trying to take us down. Okay, Dragon Man. He is a captain. I love Dragon Man in the books. He is an android, but he has decided to become a pacifist, almost to a fault, I would say. He has Fantastic Four, Monster, Mystical, and Robot keywords. He's set number 36. He comes in at 65 or 30 points. Real name is Dragon Man. Darla Deering calls him Mr. Man. Has a trait, everyone use the buddy system, please. Free. Choose a friendly sidekick. This turn, they have passenger carrying, so they can carry 2, but only to carry sidekicks. Oh, that's awesome. So everybody can kind of team up and carry each other around. It gives a lot of these sidekicks who don't have huge mobility on their own the chance to kind of move together as a group. That's what Dragon Man does for them. Has running shot, 4 range, 3 targets. Yeah, he is awesome. I'm surprised they didn't give him a couple of pacifist clicks, because there are a number of times when it's to the detriment of the Future Foundation, when people are like, just hit something, Dragon Man, and he's like, I cannot. I'm sorry. I cannot. I don't think violence is the way. One of my favorite scenes in any Fantastic Four book ever is in Hickman's run. They go to Wakanda. They're there because Black Panther needs Reed Richards to be his second as he journeys into Necropolis underneath Wakanda and becomes the King of the Dead. But while they are there, they of course meet Anomi, and she becomes a part of the Future Foundation. And she's showing them around Wakanda, and they go to this giant reservoir in the middle of Wakanda that holds all of the water for like all of the different tribes and lands of Wakanda. And this one tribe, the Hyena tribe, tries to come in and steal all the water. The Future Foundation foils their plans. But when they land there, the leader of the Hyena clan is standing there, and Dragon Man is just hiding behind the smallest tree, and Dragon Man is just standing behind this tiny little tree. And he calls, the leader of the Hyena clan calls over one of his guys, and he goes, hey, what is your job? And he's like, my job is to protect you, to be a bodyguard and make sure anywhere you go is safe. And he's like, oh, okay, I just wanted to make sure. Then why is there a dragon hiding behind a tree? And like the guy, the shot is the guy yelling and Dragon Man hiding behind the tree back to the left of him. And he's like, oh, this seems like it's going poorly, is what Dragon Man says. And he doesn't fight back. He just starts taking a beating from all this Hyena clan and doesn't fight back. But the Future Foundation finds a way. They overcome. They gain a new member. And I'm hoping she's in this set as well. And that's that. So I'm so glad we finally got Dragon Man. It's pretty cool that he allows other Future Foundation sidekicks to carry. And you know what the cool thing about this is? Now that I'm noticing, the next sidekick or captain I get, I'll have to check on their card. But I have not seen a lot of sidekick who has such and such keyword or shares a keyword with it. It just says sidekick. So going forward, are these characters going to be able to play nice with any sidekicks, with any captains, with any allies? Are we going to be layering a bunch of different versions and stuff? That would be rad. Ooh. Oh, yes. This is an awesome pack, everybody. Yeah, okay. This is rad. All right, let's see what we got here. We've got Artie Maddocks, former Morlock, best friend of Leech, great friend of Franklin's, member of the Future Foundation. We've got Johnny Storm, Human Torch, without any flames on him, without any flames going on. Okay, we've got Ant-Man. Yes. Okay, great. I was hoping we would get Scott Lang. I want to know if they include on him his uber powerful version of himself. Here we go. We've got Terrax the Tamer. Now, I said that I was hoping that we would have more of the Heralds of Galactus, and we do there. You know, I noticed with the Legacy cards that if they're bringing Morg forward, hopefully we'd get more Heralds. And then, speaking of Heralds, let's move Artie because I just pulled the Silver Savage. That's right, World War Hulk, the whole thing. The Gladiator planet with Silver Surfer on it. That is so cool. We have not seen this version of Silver Surfer in a long time. And it's really what I was hoping out of the Fantastic Four set is we were going to see more What If stuff because so much Fantastic Four stories come out of What If. And then, last but not least, we have the Silver Surfboard itself, which is now an equipable item in the game, an artifact in-game. That is so cool. All right. Without further ado, let's get into this, our second booster for the day. Heck of a pull there. That's our second super rare out of the brick. We got Uatu. Now we got Silver Savage. Now, Uatu had mission points. I'm wondering, I don't know, World War Hulk, the whole thing, like is it a possibility that there's mission points on Silver Savage? Something, you know, gladiatorial arena based, like certain number of KOs or something like that? I don't know. Let's see. You know, I don't know why I'm theorizing when I've got the card in my hand. We're just going to read it in a second anyway, but I'm just that excited. Okay, Artie. Oh, let's see. 20 points. Set number 25. He is a sidekick. It's funny to me that he comes in at 20 points because he is not one of the more impressive Future Foundation members. Although I do love the fact they gave him this helmet that allows him, because he doesn't speak, to communicate through images projected through this helmet out into the world. It is such a cool little moment, and it's so touching and so endearing. Artie, Fantastic Four, Morlocks, X-Factor, X-Men. Best Friends is his trait. If a friendly character named Leech is on your force, Artie and Leech will have a range of 8 when using their displayed powers. Now for him, that is Mind Control and Incapacitate with an 11 attack, 8 range, 3 targets for a sidekick. Whoa, I was not expecting Artie to be like the cream of the crop. But man, that power set, if you start stacking him with Spider-Man and Ben, all of a sudden he's got toughness at no extra cost. He's got super senses at no extra cost. You put Leech on the team, and Leech is only 20 points. I mean, now you've got that. That's insane. And let's not forget, Leech has Outwit and Stealth. So now you're outwitting at 8 range, mind controlling at 8 range, or incapacitating at 8 range, and you're starting to stack all the things on top that the captains give these sidekicks. I'm really starting to see the layering here, and I'm really getting excited. I mean, an 11 attack, 3 target mind control on a 20-point character. What? Good gosh almighty. Well done. Okay, let's move on to a captain now. Let's go with Human Torch. Human Torch is a captain, of course. Set number 4 comes in at 60 or 40 points, keeping in league with all of the other versions of the Future Foundation. I make my own security firewalls. He has Barrier. Barrier is free, but only to generate 1 marker adjacent to a friendly sidekick, regardless of range or line of fire. So he's protecting a sidekick anywhere on the board with a block of barrier terrain. That is pretty cool. So he doesn't get the basic 4. He just gets the 1. Oh, that's a great cover. That's a great issue. Wow, he's 8 clicks long. Human Torch, 8 clicks of it for 60 points. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. Gets some range combat expert, has some energy explosion, some poison for up close stuff, sidestep towards the end. Very cool, and I love that cover. When he came back from being dead, he moved in with Spider-Man for a while, and Peter, who was didn't really know how to be single on his own, was living with the guy who, you know, the most flagrant bachelor of all of the Marvel Universe outside of, I don't know, Star Fox and a couple of others. Wait, is it Star Fox? Is that his name? Yeah, Star Fox. Why do I get him in the video game mix? You know who I'm talking about. But Human Torch is nothing but a bachelor living with Spider-Man, who is just like, I don't know what I'm doing. And they're living together. It was pretty great until Spider-Man kicks him out, which, yeah, Human Torch he deserved to get kicked out. Okay, let's go with, let's go with Ant-Man next. Ant-Man, he is not a captain. Now am I disappointed? A little bit. A little bit. I know it took him a while to want to become a true mentor to the Future Foundation, but by the end of it, he really had the grasp of it, and he really was taking care of these kids in a huge way. And, for me, I feel like he should have a captain status, but he doesn't. The Fantastic Four in 4 minutes, which is a shared trait with him and with She-Hulk. We haven't seen Medusa yet, but Miss Thing as well. Once per turn, you may re-roll on an attack roll that has a 4. I'm actually hoping at this point we have another version of Scott. He's 75 points. The Fraction run, again, followed up the Hickman run, which is almost an impossible task. But look at that, 9 clicks long. Wait a minute, maybe this is representative of that guy, because look, 19 defense on the first 3 clicks, even though they're bare. So yeah, I don't think it fully represents his discovery with the Pym particles. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, he basically says, look, there are 3 axes that you are allowed to control when using the Pym particles: size, strength, and durability. And over time, anybody who's used Pym particles has only used 2 of them. Nobody has ever been able to understand that there's a third part of the axis to control. And they might grow in size and strength, but not durability. You see, a lot of times they overexert themselves. They might have extra strength and size, but that's one thing they could do. They can have extra durability and some strength, like Goliath, but don't really deal with the size as much. And so it's like, it's all very interesting. He accesses all 3 of them and makes him uber powerful. And that's when he rips Dr. Doom's armor off by hand as he is putting him down at the end of Matt Fraction's run on FF. I wish he got a captain trait. His dial doesn't necessarily reflect durability like I had hoped it would. It kind of deals with the Pym particles in different ways. I hope we get a different version of him. If we don't, I understand. But Scott really, the journey he takes in FF is almost greater than any other version of him that I've ever read. His death, his rebirth, him being a father to Cassie. He is on a mission for vengeance. He wants to eliminate Dr. Doom for killing his own daughter, Stature, Cassie Lang. And it really, he takes a long journey away from that anger into a protective father figure for a lot of these kids who does take chances. Sure, he's a former thief. It is what it is. And then to really becoming a hero for the right reasons and putting Doom down to save the universe, not for his own personal gain. Fraction's run is really cool. And what he does with Scott is cool as well. Okay, Terrax is next. Terrax, Cabal, Offenders, Brute, Cosmic, Herald, and Ruler. Take a peek there at him. He has a special attack power. The earth shifts and heaves and bows to his powerful command. Quake, giant reach of 3. When Terrax uses Quake after resolutions, generate a blocking terrain marker adjacent to each hit character. What? At the beginning of your next turn, remove all blocking terrain markers generated this way. Terrax shall destroy you is a stop-click defensive power that grants invulnerability and regeneration. How many stop clicks does he have? It looks like just the one there at the end. 8 clicks long, 100 points. The beefiest character we have seen thus far in the set. 4 natural damage, 11 attack. Yeah, there we go. A little bit of invincibility there, which we haven't seen yet. So, yeah, awesome, man. Terrax. Getting Heralds is big time. I'm hoping for more of them for sure. We're still missing a few. But with the Legacy card bringing Morg forward, that's one less that we have to worry about. Again, the Legacy cards are going to be on the top. They're on the outside, actually, of the brick. And if you buy a brick, that Legacy card on the top is yours. I believe there are going to be 8 of them. I showed you the figures on day 1. You can go back and watch that. The only figure I didn't have to show you in my own collection was She-Hulk, and I'm sure it's in there somewhere, but it's from the Age of Ultron play, and I'm in the process of reworking the man cave, so I couldn't locate her. Okay, here we go. Silver Savage, we have not seen in a while. Sculpt is very familiar. He's got Cosmic, Herald, and Warrior. Norinrad rings in at 100 points, just like Terrax. That would be cool if all the Heralds were 100 points. Power Cosmic returns, Steel Energy, but with close or range attacks. Ooh. A special defense power, I will free all of you. Stop. Invincible. When this click is first revealed, Silver Savage can't be healed above this click this game, and after resolutions, remove an action token from all friendly characters and equip Silver Savage with the Future Foundation item number 4, Silver Surfboard, from outside the game. Oh, that's awesome. So that's why we are getting the Silver Surfboard. That's so cool, and it came in the package with him, I think, as it should be. That is awesome. Wow. Remove an action token from all friendly characters and equip him with the Silver Surfboard. So let's turn him over. That happens on click number 6 of his 8-click dial, and that's when you call this bad boy in, the Silver Surfboard. Effect grants hypersonic speed and flight. When an equipped character without the cosmic keyword uses hypersonic speed after resolutions, roll a d6. On a roll of 1 or 2, give that character an action token. Well, that's okay, because guess what? The Herald has it. So all of a sudden, turn this over, Silver Savage, who has a boot for movement, gains hypersonic speed and flight with a 12 movement and a 12 attack and a natural 4 damage. That is crazy. That's awesome. So you get them both in the same pack. I hope that holds true for everybody. I know sometimes the items or the artifacts don't always come with the character that gains the most from them, but the fact that anybody can pick up the Silver Surfboard now is so cool. I just think of Valeria Richards. She modified. There was a scene in Fantastic Four where she needed to get to Latveria, and they didn't know how they were going to get there. And she modified her little rocking horse to be a flying horse, which is so cool. She goes zooming off through the atmosphere and flies like at hyperspeed over to Latveria. And I just think of any of these little Future Foundation kids flying on the Silver Surfboard and how much fun they would have. Putting all 4 Moloids on it and having them fly off, that would be so cool. Okay, that does it for day 3 of our Future Foundation unboxing series. I hope you guys are enjoying this set as much as I am. I know I'm a big Fantastic Four nerd, so this set is speaking to me in a huge way, but I hope these new game mechanics for people that even aren't that huge of a Fantastic Four fan are really making an impact on the game and making an impact on you and getting you excited, because I'm also getting excited about all of that. The ally, sidekick, captain stuff, the mission points that we saw with Uatu. I thought for sure Silver Savage was going to have them, so I guess not all the super rares will have them. Again, this is just me. I don't know what's in the set, so I like to try and, theorize what is going to come out of this and take cues or clues. So that's cool, at least, that not all the super rares are going to have mission points. I don't know how many of these figures in this set are going to have them. I have to imagine it's a very small amount, and they have to be very pointed. But anyway, okay, tomorrow will be day 4. I want to say thank you to WizKids once again for sending this set our way to share with all of you guys out there. I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank Hyper RPG Studios in beautiful Universal City, California, for hosting us every single unboxing series and being crazy true pros. Zach and the gang do the best work. Find them on Twitch, find them on YouTube, and make sure you subscribe, you watch all their content. I promise you guys won't be disappointed. They're part of this community as much as anybody, and they're rad. Tomorrow is going to be day 4. I'm hoping for just more of the same, man. There's not a ton of characters that I'm going, man, where is this guy? Where is this girl? Where is this villain? I'm along for the ride at this point. I feel like we're getting such a great variety, and I'm having so much fun. I hope you guys are too. Remember, the set comes out hopefully February the 17th, and I will see you tomorrow. And until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.